Hey guys. So I just came across this new thought, this new idea, and it's a really good thing. It's a really good idea. um, so I've always wondered, I've always asked myself, INTPs are very smart. Now, we can all agree that we have a certain level of intelligence to us, right? We have a certain degree of intelligence that no one else really shares. Now, INTJs also are really, really intelligent in their own ways, but their intelligence is not the same as ours. It's not technical intelligence, although they are mastermind. They have a deep intuitive understanding of their thing, but not a very technical understanding because of the difference in NI and TI and the way TE and NE function differently. So they're both very intelligent, but they're intelligent in very different ways. You can hardly compare them. Now, anyway, so INTPs are really intelligent, right? Supposedly. Um, but how come every INTP I come across is always depowered, is always weak, is always not in control of their life? Why is it that every INTP I come across, including myself, feels extremely powerless and weak, and that they're stupid and they don't understand things? Now they could know that they are intelligent, but they also know that they cannot really make change in their environment. I see this very, very commonly. They always feel that they are very imprisoned in their environment, and that they cannot really change their environment to fit their needs. Um, why is that? I could not get that question out of my mind ever. I've always wondered why that is. I mean, if you're more intelligent, you should be more capable and more able to make change. Why? This made no sense ever. And I tried to learn more stuff and empower myself with knowledge and concepts, technical knowledge and intuitive knowledge. But no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I always felt that I'm still incapable of doing the simplest things in life. And that no matter how smart I am, I'm the weakest of the bunch. And the dumbest of the bunch happens to be the most capable, the strongest, the ones that succeed in life way more than me. I, I always said that that's due to the environment that I'm in, that it doesn't really encourage or support or reward intelligence, but that they reward a brute force approach. I always use that as an excuse, but in the back of my mind, I always knew that that was just not the case. I always knew that that was just an excuse. It's not reality. But I always wanted to to put my raw technical intelligence, the TI thing, into use. But every time I try, I failed. I don't understand why or how or what I need to do more in order to succeed in those small little failures throughout my daily life. And my other INTP friends, they always have certain imaginations and dreams of what they want their lives to be, but they always have these excuses and these barriers in their way, and they never really overcome them. Never, not one of them does. Again, this is back to the same question of if we are so intelligent and everyone around us does tell us that we are smart, why are we so incapable of, well, a- a- anything, anything at all? Why is that? I mean, knowledge is power, right? And we are the most knowledgeable type, because we are truth seekers. So why, again, why are we so powerless? Why are we incapable of doing anything at all? Why is every SP type more capable than we are in almost everything? But now I've kind of had this thought. I've kind of realized that I am uneducated, because I got some perspective into what education really is. Of course, education is not the right term, but I'm using that for lack of a better term, because it's not the education system. It's not school. It's not text. Well, it could be textbooks, but it's not school. It's not college. It's not that system. Education in this context, in the context of this video, refers to reading, refers to learning things that are relevant to your life, things that help you grow practically. I mean, actually grow, not taking calculus classes in college. No, I mean like really, really grow. You know. And I'm starting to realize more and more now that books, I don't understand why that is, but books is the key. Reading books. I've read collectively several pages from different books. I try to read books, but I always ended up stopping the book. But I read a few pages in several books, and I swear to God, just reading those pages made me feel like I am much more capable, like I am much more smart, that I've actually grown from reading these pages. And I couldn't understand it, but they gave me an actual understanding of a single topic that I was able to use that understanding in my life. Somehow I wasn't able to do that from reading online, from reading online articles and posts. Sorry about that. I didn't understand the difference between a book and text on a web page, but there's a major difference in the effect. And anyway, I'm gonna get to the point here. I'm gonna get to the point that the reading books. Actually, you know what? Let me start over from a step behind. The TINESI functions in the function stack, you can think of them as a person in Stone Ages, in the Stone Age, and a person, actually, yeah, that's it, is a person in the Stone Age, right? You can imagine the hand of the person is SI, and NE is what the person does with their physical body. But TI is the weapon that the hand holds. So the more powerful the weapon, if it's a gun or if it's a spear, instead of just a rock, the more powerful that physical person is. But the same physical person without that equipment is much weaker, much less capable, much less able to kill other animals. So we, TI, NE, and SI, it's useless unless you equip it with the appropriate tools and equipment. And this is all, and from what I understand right now so far, That equipment is most appropriately books. Not reading online, not real world experience, although that helps a shit ton, but that's not the core thing. But like it goes hand in hand with the books, but books is the core thing there. Um, that is the equipment. So like stuff like N- NLP techniques are a very powerful equipment to use, because we are very socially inept. But with the with NLP techniques, I think that we can navigate social interactions just as we navigate science or technology. Um, so you can oh, and lastly, to finish off the analogy, SI is the equipment slot, because SI is a bank of knowledge. So you equip it with the appropriate knowledge, so your TI can use that equipment to do stuff. I think that's a very well-rounded analogy. I just came up with it just a couple hours ago. I think I, I think that I need to read books. I've always felt like I have the raw intelligence, but I have no idea how to use it. I felt like I'm smarter or I have more potential than the majority of the people around me, but I have no idea how to make use of this potential. No idea at all. So it's kind of like you have a processor but no program. You got to give it a program so that you put the processor to good use. Otherwise, it's a processor. Yeah, it's powerful. It's quad core, whatever, but it's not gonna do anything if it doesn't have a program. You know, so you gotta equip your INTP self with the proper things so that you can do more. I understand this sounds like just educate. I understand that. I understand that this sounds like me just telling you to read books and that's it. But the thing is that the analogy is really appropriate because it feels like you're equipping yourself with a tool, and if you use uh, NLP techniques, it feels like your TI is using a tool, is using some equipment it has stored back there somewhere to to perform a specific task and to finish off a certain objective as best as possible. So, and if you equip it with broken tools, it can't do much with those broken tools. Um, it can't do much with them because it's a broken tool. So you have to get good, high quality, well produced equipment to equip yourself with. And books are, for some fucking reason, the best at doing that. If you take a look at, actually, no, I don't have a good example. I do, but I'm not certain of that yet. I was gonna say Damon Gray from MBTV, but I don't really know for sure yet. I can't say that for sure. Anyway, um, so reading books is like buying uh, weapons and gear and armor and accessories from the store, except that it's free in a way, and you have to just read it instead of equip it. But it's the same thing, really. By reading the book, you are equipping that intangible piece of armor into your SI. I hope this made sense. I really don't know. I stuttered a lot, but fuck, who cares? Anyway, I hope this gave you some insight that you can use in your life.